Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation, Saturday, December the 4th, from the prophet Isaiah. Though the Lord may give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet your teacher will not hide himself any more, but your eyes shall see your teacher. And when you turn to the right, when you turn to the left, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." So God is, this will actually again be fulfilled in the New Testament reading. That's why it's so important that we read, make an extra intention during the season of Advent to read the Old Testament reading, first reading, and then of course the Gospel. It's great spiritual reading, doesn't take a long time, and you just see the richness of the New Testament, of the Old Testament being fulfilled in the New in Jesus Christ. So, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." So we will be guided through the difficult circumstances of life. We won't be left on our own. But it's important, sometimes God just reaches into a person's life and he offers them something they haven't even asked for. And hopefully they accept it. Other times he requires that we ask him and he knows if we know better. He really does know if we know better. So if I know better and I don't ask, why should God just initiate the process? But if somebody really doesn't know, God may, in his wisdom and love for that person, actually initiate a process. Jesus healed some people who didn't ask him, didn't even think about it, like the blind man or the lame man at the well. So that's just one of many examples. So he will allow us to be guided by somebody behind us, shall hear a word saying, "This is the way, walk in it." So we won't be left on our own. God will guide us in the truth. He'll help us to know what's right. But we, of course, need to ask him, open our hearts to him and ask him. Last gospel for the week from St. Matthew still. So when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were all harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." So this is the call for really to highlight the importance of vocation, to be called. And it does apply, yes, to priests, but not only to priests. It applies to every single baptized person in their own way. Because priests, even if there is a plethora, a glut of priests, like ministerial priests, we couldn't do everything. I mean, there's just so many needs. So, and besides, people are not just called to be served. Lay people are not just called to be served, but called to serve, as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. So I've said before, even in my own parish, we have 2 priests, but let's say there was 5 priests. Would I diminish or would I dilute the number of ministries in the parish? No, I'd actually want to increase them. I'd want to expand them and delegate legitimate authority to people, because it's not just what the Second Vatican Council taught us. It actually goes back to this gospel right here. I mean, Jesus taught this stuff. The royal priesthood. People should not expect everything to come from the priest. That just makes people lazy. And it makes the priest authoritarian or thinking somehow he's indispensable. It's both ways. I have to serve, but raise up leaders and give them legitimate authority and have them go and preach the gospel. I'm never going to be in your office buildings. I'm not going to be in your homes. I might be for dinner or stuff like that, but I'm not going to be in your homes like Friday nights or Saturday nights when you've got the kids and the husband or perhaps company. Or I'm not going to be with you when you're watching TV type of thing. No, you need to be evangelizing, living the faith at all those times so I can help you, but then you in turn need to be striving to serve the needs of the parish or the community as well, because we're not made for ourselves. We're made for others. This is super important. We're not made for ourselves, but we're made for God and for others. That's how we find ourselves. That's the paradox of the gospel. So today, be conscientious about the Lord calling you. We're only short of vocations because we're not listening. Maybe I'm not speaking enough. People in my profession, so to speak, are not speaking about it enough or living it in such a way that it's a joyful affirmation of Christ calling us to give ourselves to him. But it's a two-way street, right? It's not just on the priest. Priests should be edified by the example and conviction of the laity, and laity should be, edified by the example of the clergy. It goes both ways, not just one way. Okay, God bless you and have a wonderful Saturday.